Urbanization has caused a major loss of permeable surfaces. This decrease in permeability causes a decrease in infiltration and an increase in runoff. As runoff water makes its way towards streams, it picks up more and more speed, so that as the runoff water enters the stream, it causes an abrupt increase in the peak flow rate. The increase in peak flow rate causes bank erosion and stream incision. In addition, this runoff contains harmful pollutants such as nitrates and phosphates that once in streams have detrimental effects on the existing habitat. However, introducing plants can help mitigate the situation by creating more permeable surfaces. Plants will increase filtration, which not only decreases the amount of runoff water but also slows it down. Therefore, as runoff water enters a stream in smaller proportions and at a slower rate, it will have less of an effect on the flow rate, decreasing erosion and preventing streams from becoming incised. In addition, plants will remove pollutants from runoff water, creating a happy and healthy environment for the organisms living in the stream. One way in which engineers try to solve this issue is through the construction of bioretention zones. Bioretention zones mimic the natural environment to remove 80 to 90% of total sediment, 30 to 65% of total nitrogen, and 30 to 90% of total phosphorus from runoff water.
Now that you know what a bioretention zone is, let's explore the 3 types of processes occurring inside one. First, the mulch, soil, and plants in the system serve as physical filters to remove solids from runoff water. Then, plant roots, fungi, and bacteria take up some of the chemicals found in runoff water as nutrients, such as nitrogen and phosphorus. Also, soil particles may absorb some pollutants to their surfaces. These processes remove pollution from runoff water, improving its quality as it continues its journey through the hydrologic cycle.
We will now follow a typical drop of runoff water, including the chemicals, sediments, and large debris it contains, through the basic processes of a typical bioretention zone. First, runoff water travels to a bioretention basin thanks to gravity. It may enter the basin through a buffer zone containing grasses, which slow the water and filters out large debris. Once in the basin, the water enters the surface layer, which is either soil or mulch. The movement through this layer helps filter suspended particles out of the water. There are plants in the soil whose roots take up some of the common pollutants found in runoff water as nutrients. These include nitrogen and phosphorus, which often originate from fertilizers. Some microorganisms may also take up some of these pollutants, further improving the water quality. Water moves slowly through the soil, which ensures that these biological processes have time to take place. Once the water has slowly descended through the soil, it reaches a layer of sand, and below that a layer of gravel, both of which may conduct water much quicker than the soil layer. The gravel often holds an underdrain pipe, which is perforated and allows for water to travel quickly either downward to the groundwater or through the pipe to a different draining area if necessary.
Also, the introduction of bioretention zones in large urban areas directly increases the greening of cities. When they are introduced to urban areas, there are many benefits such as introduction of more plant life, improved water and air quality, habitat creation, and visual appeal. The introduction of bioretention zones creates a habitat for new plant species and microorganisms. It also increases plant vigor, biodiversity and environment, and contributes to the greening of cities. Due to the new bioretention zones, the biodiversity of an area changes. Native and non-invasive species are chosen for bioretention zones. When using native and non-invasive species, it improves the quality of the surrounding environment. When creating a bioretention zone, visual appeal is a key factor. It is pleasing to the eye and creates a new habitat for the surrounding area. Some design types include on-lot rain garden, parking lot islands, road medians or traffic islands, and tree pits or tree box filters. The design plays a larger part than just being aesthetically pleasing. It is a big component of upkeep. The more visually appealing, the more management is needed.
Bioretention zones are most effective closest to the source of runoff, which is why they can often be found along roads or in parking lots. On NC State's campus, we have several bioretention zones around us. Sullivan Drive often floods during rain events, so bioretention zones have been constructed along the road to allow water to slow down and remove sediment and chemicals before the runoff water reaches Rocky Branch Creek. This bioretention zone has an inlet area for the runoff water to enter the basin, where it can pond and slowly percolate through the layers before entering Rocky Branch Creek, which can be found just on the other side of the trail. Thanks for watching our video on bioretention zones. We hope you've gained some knowledge and appreciation about the little patches of dirt all around campus.